Warning, the following podcast contains speculation, which may be confused with spoilers, although it may also contain spoilers. You have been warned. We ain't found Sith! Hey, and welcome to We Ain't Found Sith, Episode 3. I am your host, the man that is too hot to handle and too cold to hold, Eben. And to my side, as always, is my sidekick, Pedro.
Sidekick? Eat a dick, nigga.
Okay, you'd rather just be like hero support?
Yeah, that's fine. No sidekicks here.
Co-star.
Co-star?
There you go.
There we go. And we're joined today by a special guest. He's
We
the
Ain't Found Sith's biggest fan. I got the award for most commenter.
yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
You know, there was this contest where you I heard there was this contest where you got all the commenters and you put them in a hat and then you just drew one randomly and I won and I get to be on the show now.
Yeah,
It's
true.
That's pretty much how it was.
Long-time
Cool.
listener.
It was old school too.
Caller.
Yeah. It was old school. I printed out all the comments on little slips of paper.
Yep.
And I put them in a hat, and I drew it, and Louis won.
That's how it works.
So, Louis,
Dream
welcome
come
to the
true.
show.
You know, I've been listening for a long time, and most people don't know this, but there is actually an episode 0. So that's how long I've been listening to this show.
Yeah.
Wow, so you go all the way back.
It goes
All
way
the way
back.
Yeah.
It goes way back.
Yeah.
So, Louis, man, obviously we know who you are because we've been chit-chatting back and forth
How
on
do you
the
know who
on the
I
comment
am? I just met
section.
you today.
Well, we've been chit-chatting on the comment
Yes,
section.
yes,
You know,
that's
we've been
true.
going back and forth.
We have a digital relationship.
Yeah. And I will say you are much prettier in person than I imagined.
No, obviously. That's
how-
usually what people say when they first
So,
see
just have some of this wine and we'll get comfortable.
me. And I gotta say, Eben, you have very kind eyes.
Oh, well, thank you.
All right, guys. Let's stop flirting with one another now.
Don't be jealous.
I'm a little jealous. Just a little bit.
Don't be jealous. Don't be
my
jealous,
gosh.
young man.
Anyway, so Louis been
What's up?
commenting, and Louis been kind of passing it down the grapevine that we haven't really been talking Star Wars or Spaceballs.
Yeah.
Did you just get a message, Gus? What was that?
No, I had an idea. That's what that
That
was.
was.
I'll share it with you later.
No, it was that we don't talk enough about Star Wars or Spaceballs.
Yeah.
That was the idea.
Yeah, there we go. So I figure since the news just came out that Episode 9 has finished principal production, we figure, well, you know what? It's a good chance to talk a little bit of Star Wars. So tell me, Louis, tell me about your history with the wars.
Well, I was a young man when I first rode Star Tours in Disney MGM Studios, and that got me interested in Star Wars.
Nice.
And then, I went to Blockbuster, and I saw there was 3 movies, and I was very interested. So I started renting them one by one, and I became addicted right away. And by middle school, I was knee-deep in action figures and all the good stuff, all those delicious toys they had back then. And
For some, if we have any younger listeners, which really, given the fact that we're explicit, I would hope nobody listening to this show is young enough to not know what a Blockbuster is.
oh, yeah.
Oh, don't be naive.
But
Come
just
on.
in case,
YouTube it. Just YouTube it.
just in case, Blockbuster,
Oh, this is fun to
apart from
this.
being the building that Captain Marvel crashes into in the beginning of that teaser trailer, was a big store where we used to go and we used to rent these things called VHSs, which were the precursor to DVDs, and they were these giant plastic cartridges of magnetic tape that we would watch movies on.
Yeah.
Magic.
But yeah,
It was magic.
Yeah.
It was magical.
But yeah, so Star Tours was your intro, huh?
Yeah. That's
You know what? Actually, this is a good segue because I think we're relatively new. We haven't really talked about that. Pedro, what was your origin story with Star Wars?
Fuck. Dude, that was so long ago. It was in 2nd grade, I think. My really close friend / cousin lent me his DVDs because he's like, bro, you got to check this out, man. is fucking dope.
Well, it was already on DVD the first
No,
time?
it was on VHS. Sorry, it was on VHS. It was that box set. You know which one I'm talking about?
Okay,
with half
'cause
of their faces.
The silver one or the gold one? I forgot which one.
Okay,
came out
the
first.
half the faces would be the THX remastered VHSs that came out in the mid-90s.
Sure, that's the one. Anyway, he lent me the whole trilogy, and it took me a week to get into it.
Yes, I do have them, Louis.
then-
Louis just shot me
I
a
got
side
them too.
glance like, how do you know that? I was like, well, because I own them. And
I have the ones that came before that too. They had like the art, the painted poster art as the VHS cover tapes, and then the ones you're talking about, I think, were the ones that came out.
yeah,
next.
the THX remasters.
So he lent me those. Took me a week to like finally watch it, and then funny enough, I had them in my possession, but I went to like a family party, and the person there didn't know how to deal with kids, so he just put Star Wars on to distract me the entire time, and that's how I watched Star Wars. And I was like, "Yo, this shit's the tits, bro. I need more of this." And I had the VHS in my house.
I'm totally imagining like a preteen Pedro.
Yeah, no, not even. I was like 7 years old.
They're like, yo,
I was like, "Yo, this shit's tits, bro."
Well, this shit's tits, bro.
That's it.
Okay, so mine. So I kind of always remember Star Wars being around. Like I know when I was a kid, I had like Star Wars bed sheets, and I know I had some of the toys, but I don't remember actually watching the movie until about early '90s when they first showed it on like Disney Channel.
Yeah.
So like my first time I ever saw Star Wars was like a Disney Channel edit of Star Wars.
How old were you?
I must have been like 11.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I saw that shit mad early,
Yeah.
dude. I didn't even care about those toys until I saw, because those toys are whack as fuck. Let's be real. They're like the little stick figures.
I mean,
they're whack until you watch the movie, and then all of a sudden that shit comes to life.
Yeah.
And then they're titties. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, like I had those toys, but I also had like GI Joes, and the GI Joes were like
Oh yeah, but
why-
G.I. Joe's is like completely. What do you call it?
completely articulated.
Articulated.
I was like, why am I going to waste my
Their-
time with these
their-
Star Wars
Their
toys?
knees have articulations,
Yeah.
like everything. Their articulations
The
have
spinning
articulations.
waist, like you could sort of spin them
with like a rubber band
yeah.
in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was stupid.
So it was like, but it was like, but I remember before I even ever saw the movie, I remember that I had like Return of the Jedi bed sheets, and like I remember having like I think I had I want to say it was the Imperial Shuttle toy.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
The toys I had, bro.
Which I never
yes.
even knew what the hell it was. It was just a big ship that would like folding wings, and I was like, I don't even know what I used it for. I'd never seen Star Wars. So I
Oh
didn't know
man,
what
you
what
did
was.
it backwards, bro. I watched the movie and I was like, "Yo, what is that thing Boba Fett flying in? I need it in my
Oh,
life."
yeah.
The slave one, that was.
I remember I had
that
this
was fun.
friend in middle school named Teddy, and he was like obsessed with Star Wars. He was the Star Wars kid, and then I became friends with him, and I went to his house, and his room was just covered in like all the Star Wars toys that came out before the 90s Power of the Force. So it's like all the old ones, they're all scratched up and dinged up, and you know, I guess he picked them up at comic shops and stuff or whatever, but it was like it was crazy seeing all those toys. And then I don't know where I'm going with this. I just thought it was cool.
Actually, you know what? I said I was 11, but I realize now I was 11 in 92, so it was probably earlier than that.
Yeah, because
I mean, I would have to do research
That
and
would
find
be
out when
backwards,
was it
man.
that like they debuted it on Disney Channel. But either way. I remember I had the stuff before I ever saw the movie.
that's crazy.
But man, it's weird. You talk about Power of the Force, and I think by the time Power of the Force came out, like the speculation bomb had exploded. So like people were like, "I've sold my original Star Wars toys for thousands of dollars," and so when the Power of the Force came out, like collectors were snapping those things up and all of that, and like.
Yep.
And I remember, like, my mom was like, "Oh, we'll buy the toys, but don't take them out of the box because when you get older, you'll sell them." And
That's like
What
the
a
most traumatizing thing to say to your kid. Here's a toy. Don't play with it.
well, I think by then I was by the time Power of the Force came out, I think I was in middle school already or something like that. Because it was like right around the time they sold to Hasbro or something. Because remember they went from being like on red card to green card. And
Yep.
But yeah, bro, it was like so I had them up until the other day. Like it's still brand new in a box, and it was like fucking all the times I could have played with these shits, they weren't worth nothing. Eventually, I wound up just like opening them all up, collecting all the figures, and like throwing away the packaging because they were just taking up too much room.
Oh man, what a waste.
Like a $20 Princess Leia figure that I had paid
Bro.
like $20, like now worth like $5.
Let me. So then, since we're on the topic, when you were a kid, which were the toys you would go for? Because me personally, I was exclusively the dark side. I didn't give a fuck about nothing else. I just wanted the bad guys, and that's it.
I I didn't really have a preference on that because, like I said, by the time like Power of the Force came out, which is when they like had a resurgence in figures, it was just about collecting all the main characters.
Nah,
and
fuck that.
No, for
and all
me
that.
it was the more obscure the better. I went for those like really obscure characters.
really?
Whenever they came out with a figure of like some guy that showed up in the background for like 2 seconds, I would, I'd go
Moment of
crazy. I'd
dawn.
be like, "Oh yeah, that's what I need right there." They had the, I remember when I got Dengar.
My
and,
12-year-old loins are feeling a tingling, and I don't know why.
Dengar.
yeah.
Dengar is the guy with the wraps on all over
Yeah.
his
Toilet
face,
paper. He's wrapped in toilet paper.
That guy's whack.
Yeah.
He doesn't
I
do
love the-
anything.
Yo, but it was a bounty hunter. All the bounty hunters.
That's true.
Are,
All the bounty
are
hunters were dope
sweet
as fuck.
You're
You're
just
right.
because they're bounty hunters.
That's true.
But like Star Wars, like as a kid growing up, Star Wars were never my toy of choice. Like I wasn't like
Neither was I, but after you watch the movie, it becomes your fucking toy. Not that you're gonna play with them, but just looking at it, be
Like,
like,
oh, I
yo,
gotta
that's
have this, this is
Boba
super
Fett,
cool.
son. That's Boba Fett. Get
Yeah.
out of here, bro.
Yeah. No, my toys of choice growing up as a kid was Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. Mine
Well,
too.
yeah, but Star Wars, I feel like Ninja Turtles was like before Star Wars, so I had my Ninja Turtle obsession, and then after that came Power Rangers, and then after that came Star Wars.
No, mine was right after Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles, Star
Oh,
Wars,
Star Wars?
right after.
Mm.
It was like immediate.
Let's see. I stopped getting Ninja Turtles toys probably as I was hitting. Well, no, I was probably as I was hitting like my teen years. Like,
Oh well.
it was
Yeah,
like
when I got into
it was
my
that-
teens, I stopped collecting all
Yeah.
those things.
But
But
it was like because Ninja Turtles kind of ended like right around that time that like elementary school was ending for me.
no, for me it was third grade. I think is when it died out,
Yeah.
and that's when it was exclusively
Right,
Star Wars,
I'm a
only
few-
Star
yeah,
Wars.
yeah.
I had like the Micro Machine little
Oh, yeah.
spaceships.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
And play with that
Oh.
shit in class, you know what I mean? I used to have the big ass ships,
Action Fleet.
action
Yeah.
fleet.
I-
Yeah.
Ooh,
No,
shit
I
was
just had those
titties,
like
bro.
I would buy them and then like set them up in my grandmother's TV thing. Like, I had an entire
Spy
shelf.
on my grandmother. Tell me what she does.
No, just like I was at her house most of the time, and it was like she had this like TV entertainment like furniture.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
and
about.
like
Yeah.
it was all
Like
black.
one of those things.
Yeah, and it was like all black,
Uh-huh.
and it had like a glass door, and it's like, oh, this is like I put all the figures in here,
Yeah.
and like you close the
remember-
door, and they're all in there.
They're all
cool.
displayed nicely
Yeah.
and shit.
I remember the stairs in my house, the railing was like the perfect shape to set up the action figures as if they're laying flat on their stomach, and their arms and legs would lock into the railing almost like a track, and I would just they would fly down and
Slide them down the banister.
Yeah, and it would like it did like a curve, so it was like going on a like the little figures were going woo, and then it would fly off and hit the wall. But it was
Just
it was
break.
so fun.
Just fall apart.
arms
yeah,
and
fuck 'em.
legs everywhere.
Crash dummies, boing.
It's like a nightmare scene of Toy Story.
Yeah.
Skidoo-doo-ba-doo-doo-doo-doo.
But yeah, but Ninja Turtles, man, I had a bunch of those too. Jesus. Oh,
Oh,
my
I-
God. I didn't have any vehicles, though. No vehicles. It
Oh,
was
I
just
had
the-
vehicles.
just
I
the
had.
figures.
What is it? I never had the original van, but I had like the
I
pizza.
have that in the box in my closet right now. The
nice.
25th anniversary version.
Yeah, I've
but
got
it's
the anniversary one. I have it, but I have it open box. So it's like
No.
I got past all that collector's bull crap, and it's like, you know what? There's no point in having it if you're not gonna have it like to check it out and play with it.
That's true.
I got it. Well, I'm waiting to see. My son is 4 months old right now, but if he gets older and he gets into Ninja Turtles, I'm gonna
Well, I would
friggin'
hope he
open up
gets
those.
older.
I mean, when he gets older. I mean, like if he.
Like,
I
that'd
mean,
be really
say
sad.
when he gets older and he, if he likes the Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna open all that stuff up and
Yeah.
we're gonna have a ball.
Oh yeah, bro. That's what you. That's like I would think that's what you hope for as a
Right,
father. Is
yeah.
like
Yeah.
all this stuff that I was
Like
into
the
as a kid.
stuff I like.
But I feel like
Don't like sports.
but I almost feel like there's like a natural like dad, the stuff you liked was lame.
Yep,
I like
that's
this
how it
stuff
yeah,
works.
that's
better.
gonna happen.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
No matter how much you. Shut up, Dad. That's old people shit.
Ninja Turtles.
Fuck you,
sucks.
bro.
Check out this crap.
But anyway, speaking of Ninja Turtles, so they're making a movie with Batman, which is another favorite of mine.
Yeah,
As everyone knows by now.
and it's a
hopefully.
Warner Brothers straight to video feature, which we
Uh-huh.
know that they've been doing really good on those.
Yep.
You know, so I'm actually kind of excited for that because apparently there's a comic book. I never read it. I just found out about it because of this.
Oh, we know somebody who did.
Yeah.
Hello. That's me.
Tell us about it, bro. What is it about?
I mean, I read it like 2 years ago, so
Damn it, the intern.
he's my favorite intern. It was, from what I remember, it was. I mean, what you want me to give you the kind of the
Just
what
give me a
happened.
quick little rundown. You don't have to get into specifics, but
Yeah, so the Turtles are basically trapped in the DC universe, and it was pretty cool. Donatello and Batman are like trying to build a machine together to get the
Naturally.
Turtles back, and that was fun to read. And then the Shredder basically teams up with the Penguin and makes him his bitch for the most part, and he's trying to take over the DC universe. So it all comes together at the end for a big showdown, and it was good. It was a good comic.
please tell me that like Raphael kicks Damien's ass.
I don't remember. You'll have to read and find out.
Like I
Sorry.
can totally imagine like Damien giving like
It's the same
some, like-
character. yeah.
yeah,
It's the same fucking brooding
well,
character.
yeah, but like Damien's a little cunt in that.
Yeah, he's a little
in
piece
that,
of shit.
in
You know who
that-
Damien is?
No.
Damien is
Damian Wayne,
is
Batman's
Bruce Wayne's
son.
son, and he's the
Oh.
newest Robin.
Yeah.
the most
Really?
recent Robin.
But he's like
I didn't know
he's like
that.
a little like
He's a little shit.
yeah he's like
he's a little piece of-
literally
yeah,
like
he's an asshole.
well okay so like
He's like
this-
junior from Problem Child.
yes and no. Yeah. So Damian Wayne is the son of Batman, but he's also the son of Talia Al Ghul.
Okay.
So the first part of his life, he's been raised by
Ra's.
Talia and Raish and basically the League of is the League of Shadows in the
Shadows.
comics or
League
Yeah.
of Assassins, I think they're called. No, League of Shadows. Yeah,
the
that's-
League of Shadows.
Yeah,
There's a League of Assassins. I don't remember if it
No,
was
no,
the
it's
movie
League,
or
no, it's the League of Shadows. Yeah.
But he's been raised by the League basically, so he's just like he's fucking full of himself, and he's always like talking back to Batman.
You nailed it on the head with your
Yeah.
first description. He's a little shit.
He's a cunt.
He's a little piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's a fucking
Yeah.
asshole. The entire time, he's just fucking with everything.
I don't think he's in the comic. I don't remember
Well,
this
it looks-
character at all.
from the cartoon from like the little animated cell that I saw on the posting.
Uh-huh.
It looks like he might be in it because I think they showed the
Yeah,
Ninja Turtles
I'm pretty sure that
but-
he's in it just because it's the modern
modern DC universe.
DC universe, and
Yeah.
he's
'Cause
like he's
it-
the new.
Yeah, and it looks like
You probably didn't notice because he's Robin,
Yeah, maybe
and all
that's
the
what it
Robins
was.
look the same.
Yeah,
he's
that-
just a little asshole.
Could
But it's
be.
like I think in that frame it was like Robin and Batgirl are both in it
Yeah,
as well. Yeah. So, which is weird because the cartoons is like Batgirl is in a wheelchair, but then she's not in a wheelchair.
Well, it depends
'cause-
on the timeline. It's
Yeah.
when she gets older because of the killing joke, she'll
Yeah.
her spine goes to shit.
Yeah,
'cause of
that's the
Joker.
one thing. The timeline is a little kind of old.
That's
but,
what I
but
love
whatever.
about DC because it's its own universe. So who knows?
All I know is I'm looking forward to seeing Batman and Donatello.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Hell yeah,
that was probably the best part of the comic.
I know Donatello was my favorite growing up. I think Pedro, you said it.
Mine
that
is Donnie.
Donnie
Mine is
was
Donnie
yours.
all day.
Who was yours?
Leonardo, because my favorite color was blue.
Oh.
Is blue. That's what I based it on.
But you guys have heard about like the theory that like is basically whoever your favorite Ninja Turtle was growing up. It kind of describes like your personality as a person.
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
So like Donnie was more like the geeky kind of tech savvy
makes sense.
introvert kind of
Leo.
guy. Leo was just like the stoic leader kind of guy.
That- yeah, I'm totally like that.
But like Raphael's like the hot-headed asshole.
yeah, but when I was a
and-
kid, I was a big fan of Raphael because he was so cool.
Yeah, everyone,
yeah.
everyone.
And then-
you know, but
And
you
then
know
I
what?
got
As
older
to,
and I
like-
was like, yo, this Donnie character with that stick, though.
yeah,
What?
but you know what? Raphael being your favorite as a kid kind of makes sense.
Me?
Yeah,
Why?
because you
The
do
one.
have a tendency to be a bit
Trash.
aggressive and.
Trash.
There you go.
Yeah. But,
No, but kids either liked Michelangelo
Yeah,
or Raphael.
or Raphael. That's
Those were
just
the
what
two.
kids go for.
no, I was always a Donnie kid.
Oh well, you're one in a million, bro. I was
Yeah.
I was all about freaking Raphael when I was a kid, and then I got older, and I'm like, this. Well, it was up until the video game when Turtles 4 came out, and Donnie was the only one that was a different color. I was like, yo, Donnie's cool, and my basis on why Donnie became my favorite is because of the video game, because he has the most range. I don't know if you remember that
Yeah.
game. He had the most
All
range.
the games.
Yeah.
In all the
Nintendo.
games,
He was
has
the best
most range.
character.
Nintendo.
So I was like, yo, this guy's the best. Plus, when you put it in the comic book accurate version of it, and he's like brown and everybody else is green, I'm like, yo, this guy's the best.
But yeah, man. But yeah, and also we're getting a Netflix movie for
Yep.
for the Ninja
For
Turtles.
the Ninja
also.
Turtles. I'm excited
God
for
bless
all of this. I'm a
Netflix.
huge Ninja Turtle fan, man. I love that shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles was God, man. I remember going to see the movies in the theaters when they came
Oh
out.
my
yeah.
god, dude.
I remember going.
I still say those movies are some of like the best comic book movies. And this is like with CG and not. As much as those puppets, the Jim Henson suits were like super fake, they have like a certain aspect of realism to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I could connect more to that guy than the purple dude from Thanos. What is it? Thanos? Yeah.
Thanos
or the,
from that movie
or the Michael
Thanos.
Bay Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Forget, no,
Oh.
we don't even speak about that monstrosity.
No, let's speak about it.
Okay.
That would be fun.
That movie
tear
was
it
so
apart.
bad.
You know what? I never saw the sequel. I
That
only
one
saw
was
the first
actually
one.
better.
It was better.
It was
yeah.
way better than the first one.
But it was
It was
still
still bad.
not, you know, still whatever.
But I don't know if you guys remember. Do you guys remember like when the Ninja Turtles became a band?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there was like a
The
a
tour.
Of course.
yeah,
I
the
saw-
It
Shell
was on
tour.
Jerry.
What's it called? The Shell Shock Tour? Or the
Yeah, coming out of our shells.
Coming out of our shells, that's it.
breakout tour. or something?
Yeah. I actually convinced my mom to take me to go see that live.
You saw that?
I saw
I'm
that.
Oh,
so
that's
jealous.
I saw that. I owned the cassette.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man,
Dude,
did
and the
did you get
fucking-
the Turtles to sign the cassette tape?
No. No, mom had the money to take me to the show. She didn't have the money to pay for the VIP.
Oh,
That's
man.
more than enough.
Very
Thanks.
important
but like,
pizza.
But like there they were live on stage in full costume. It
Dude,
was
but do you
like-
remember
Oh,
the suits? They were so fucking bad.
It was like Ninja Turtles meets Elton John.
It was so bad.
Well,
it was
it
like their faces
imagine-
looked like parrots and shit. It was
It
like
must
so
have had
bad.
to have been designed so that people wouldn't die inside the suit.
That's
up
true.
on
Yeah, with
stage.
all the lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like it's like they're on
Like a
stage, they're in
dream.
the spotlights.
Yeah,
It's like,
imagine.
like you've got a turtle suit on, and then on top of that, you got clothes on top of that.
Yeah.
Because at least the movie
Nah.
turtles were like kind of naked.
Fuck that. If I was inside that suit, butt naked, completely, I
Oh.
would not wear anything.
No.
in that
I
shit.
mean,
you kidding
I mean,
me?
No. I mean the turtle costumes had clothing.
Oh
on
yeah,
top of
that's true.
'Cause
They had
the
like jean jackets and shit. That's right.
Was it? I feel like it was like Elvis style jumpsuits.
No. They had jean jackets.
Was it jean
I remember
jackets?
they were like punk rock as fuck.
I remember going to see it. I don't remember like exactly.
It was terrible.
Like,
that's all I remember.
I think I've blocked out some of that childhood traumatic.
I'm saying it's terrible, but as a kid, that shit was magical, bro. For real. Like when you're a kid, I remember when I was a kid, I went to Universal Studios, and that was back when they had the rights to like have the turtles in the park.
That wasn't Universal. That was MGM.
Was it really? Okay,
Yes.
so MGM Studio. This guy knows all about that stuff. Anyway, so we go to MGM, and they had like all the turtles there to take pictures with, and I lost my shit because I never really was like crazy about the Disney characters. Like I liked Woody and cool whatever, but dude, when the Ninja Turtles were there, I lost my shit. I remember I have like a billion pictures of just that one day of
And-
just them.
Just for reference, he means Woody Woodpecker, not right
No, I meant Woody.
from Toy Story.
Yeah,
Toy
That was
Story wasn't
95.
around, Yeah,
I know. I still
The
was
turtle-
crazy about that shit in
the
'95.
Turtles. But the Turtles were in Disney like,
Like
in
88,
91.
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
it was-
yeah,
it
I'm
was
probably
early
thinking
That's not. That
that I'm
doesn't-
thinking of a different timeline.
yeah,
That
your
fucking-
timelines are getting mixed up.
I just remember like when I went over there, it was two things. It was
Yeah.
the Buzz Lightyear, Woody, and the freaking
That
soldiers.
was like right after they took out Roger Rabbit, and then they put the Turtles.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. But I just remember that, and I remember there was Ace Ventura. Was that in Universal?
I think so.
Yeah, right. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's one of my fondest memories. When I went over there and like all these kids had those little. I had one too. I'm not gonna lie. I had the book with all the
autograph
signatures.
book?
Yeah, I had with.
Oh
all the-
yeah.
I had that shit
For
when I was
sure.
a kid. But the ones that made me fucking lose my mind was fucking the Ninja Turtles. I
Yep.
loved that shit.
Same here.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think that was like the blackout period where I wasn't really going to Disney that. Or,
Oh
or
my
that-
god,
that
my
much.
entire life. Why do you think I hate going there now? There was 1 year where I went to Disney 5 times within that 1 year.
Yeah, that's my life now.
Yeah, now.
I've never had a blackout period.
I gotta get the money's worth out of my annual pass. I gotta go at least
Yeah.
5 times a year.
Fuck that. Bro.
I haven't
Well,
been to Disney in over a year, and that's the longest I've never been to Disney, and it's because my wife and I have kids now, so we're waiting for them to get a little older.
Hell yeah. Gus just showed us a picture of the exact
There
thing
you
that I'm
go.
talking about, bro.
foot stinks. Cowabunga.
Wait,
man.
Wait, but that's not
Yeah, but that's not.
that's
them.
like a drawing on a wall, and you stand in front of it and take your picture with it. That's not like
But
the
was
actual
that at
characters.
Disney? Was that at Disney? Yeah, but they had those little
Oh, yeah?
photo ops at Disney. I remember all that shit.
Yeah,
they
those-
had one for Ace Ventura at Universal. They had one for like all these Honey I Shrunk the Kids. They had
Yeah.
one for Honey I Shrunk
Well, they
the
had
Kids.
the playset, the
Yeah, well,
playground. Has
I'm talking
been
about
there.
like outside of that
Oh,
area. They had
gotcha.
like little like photo ops for that
Okay,
kind of stuff.
yeah.
And oh my god, that just brought me back, bro. That brought me back, man. That shit.
For reference, it was like this little kid standing next to two cardboard cutouts, one of Leonardo. And
Really
one of,
badly painted.
Yeah,
really
really
bad.
bad.
But who cares? It was so dope.
Like,
For a
No, but
kid,
back
you
then
look-
you have nothing to
Well,
compare
it
it to,
fucking
so
blew
it's
your mind.
amazing.
They look like the Ninja Turtles, like when you would go to like the local bakery and you'd
Yes.
be like, "Can I get a Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles
but
cake?"
yo,
Yeah, that's exactly.
But yo,
what
when
it
you're a
was like.
kid, that shit is sacred. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter who drew it, how bad it looks. That shit looks legit.
Oh,
All
I
the time.
had I think around that time, like one of my cousins or something was getting into like, they had just come out with like the colored like gel pens that you could like paint on fabric.
Uh-huh.
So like I had like a sweater that was like a Ninja Turtle sweater
Oh, man.
of like a badly hand drawn Ninja Turtle on
And you
it.
wore that shit like a badge of
Oh
honor.
yeah,
Fuck yeah, that shit's sick.
and it was like gel. It was like almost like a glue, and you would
Oh, yeah.
draw.
I
on
know
the
exactly.
and it
What,
would
you
get,
could like peel it off. When
yeah,
it
it was
I know
like hard.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
you know, 90s
Yeah,
clothing.
the
that
90s.
90s
You know,
goop.
late 80s, early 90s clothing.
I remember that shit.
But yeah, man. And then
God forbid you have to clean that shit ever.
It-
All that
it's-
shit comes right off.
it's weird, bro, because like I think I had to have over 50 Ninja Turtles toys,
Oh my God, me too.
just different figures,
Mhm.
and it was like, and me and our good buddy Edwin from over at the Lemon City podcast, the great Putinho.
man. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
And me and Edwin would I think we would probably spend like an hour to 2 hours, and we would basically draft. Like, okay, I'm getting Leonardo, and he'd be like, all right, I'm getting Raphael, and we would go through all the figures, just drafting the figures,
And then not even play with
and
them.
then we would start picking the weapons.
Oh
and
my
I get
God,
this
that's
weapon,
a
I get
whole,
that weapon.
You know, funny
And
thing,
get the
when I was growing up, I never took any of those weapons out. I just had them punch each other in the face.
Yeah.
was too much
But no,
work.
we would like draft everything. We would go through everything. Then we'd set up our army, like facing each other, like getting ready to do battle. And by that time, like 6 hours had gone by, and like his parents would come over and like knock on my grandma's
Yep.
door and be like, "Edwin, you need to come home now for dinner." And then
Yep.
and it was like we never even got to play.
And that's when you have
Oh, man.
sleepovers. That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
I need a sleepover because this story hasn't ended yet.
Oh no, like Edwin's parents were like, no sleepover because you guys live next door. You can just sleep in your own bed and then go over tomorrow.
Lame.
Yeah, that's whack.
Oh, but it makes,
No,
it makes it special.
my
when
people,
you do
my
the
parents were the
sleepover.
same. It was like,
Nah,
why, you don't
fuck
need to
that.
go over there. You can each sleep in your own bed, and then you can see
Yeah,
each
but
other
then
tomorrow.
you don't get to have those late night
Yeah.
adventures. That's the cool
Late
part.
night
I didn't-
talks.
I didn't
and
start
adventures.
sleeping.
Have you ever
over-
seen that thing with Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon where he's singing with Tim? What's his name?
Justin Timberlake?
Justin Timberlake. That's what it was like, bro. Those sleepovers were the tits,
Yeah,
man.
I wouldn't know. I never.
You fucking.
I didn't have. I didn't
Yeah,
sleep
you was-
over at anybody's house till I was like driving.
Oh boy.
Because by then it was like, well, if I'm going to drive all the way across town to my friend's house, I might as well just stay there because I don't have to. Because you
Logical
don't want me
reasons.
driving back at like 2 or 3 in the morning, right? Because that's when the drunks are out on the streets, and I might get into an accident.
Oh man.
Okay, fine. You could stay over at your friend's house.
Yeah, you're the drunk.
I used to when I used to sleep over at my friend Eddie's house. He's like my childhood friend, been best buds since like kindergarten, and we would do the sleepovers. And his mom would want us to be in bed by like 9 o'clock.
Fuck that.
So we would pretend to be asleep till she fell asleep, and then we would go out into the living room, switch to the staticky porn channel.
Oh.
That's
stay
what you
up.
were missing.
And then,
We
and
were-
then when we would hear her waking up, we'd be like, "Oh shit!" So we'd run back to the room, dive into the covers of the
Yeah,
couch,
man.
and then she would walk into the room and look at us and try to figure out if we're faking or not. Go
I-
back to it. It was good
And
stuff.
I was
then- and
literally
then-
having this conversation with somebody about the other day. We were talking about like there should be like an app, like you can recreate the staticky porn, like just for nostalgia reasons. Like I'm sure there are people like in their 40s that would like be like, all right, I'll pay 99 cents for that app.
Yeah, man, that was the fun shit back in the day. Sleepovers. Then when you get away with it, you hit each other with a nooch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that and like we should just like just finding random porn like in garbage bins and stuff like that at the apartment complex.
Yeah, bro, that shit. Adventures.
It's like,
childhood
dude,
adventures, man.
dude, come to the garbage bins. Look what I found.
What the hell is that? I don't know, but it's cool, right?
I remember my cousin found a porn VHS tape like just on the sidewalk one time. It's like he wasn't looking for
What
it.
was
but-
happening in the 90s where this shit was like normal?
Well,
I'm
Because
done
I
with
did
this
the
tape.
same exact.
Well, like
I'm done with this.
I've heard comedians talk about like finding porn in the woods,
Yeah,
and
bro.
and it's like, well, we never had woods. We're city kids.
Yeah, but technically, if there's more than 3 trees close to each other, that's a wood to
That's
me.
the woods.
And that's what we'd find porn, just like in the middle of like bushes. It's like, hey, what's this over? Actually, I kind of think about it like when I got older, I'm like, maybe it was my friend putting his porn over there. And we just happened to find.
Well, I was gonna say maybe there was like a ring of pedophiles, and we found their
Oh,
traps.
then we got lucky.
We got lucky as hell.
Then we got lucky as hell.
They're like, oh hey, you guys are looking at those magazines. Why don't you come back to the apartment and I'll show you. Like, no, we got lucky as hell probably. But yeah, man. Also, and since we're still on Ninja Turtles, kind of, there's also a Netflix movie coming.
Oh, we already spoke about that. Yeah.
No, well, we talked about the Ninja Turtles Batman, but apart from Ninja Turtles Batman, there's a Ninja Turtles Netflix movie coming.
Yeah. And it's exclusive to Netflix.
Exclusive to Netflix. Has
What's
nothing
it
to do
about?
with any of the series that are going on.
I don't think they even released any of that.
No,
information.
all they said was there's a movie coming,
and
it's not tied into the Nickelodeon
and
series.
also it was Ninja Turtles and Transformers.
Transformers
right?
is getting a I think it's a series.
Is it? I don't
nice.
remember. Oh, speaking of, since we're already on the 90s, so Are You Afraid of the Dark and all that are coming back. They're making reboots of it. Yeah, and I don't
beautiful.
know if this is true, but I think I don't know if this is a rumor or not, or if it's been confirmed. But Keenan is going to host the all that, or he's producing it, all that. So it's kind of funny if that's true.
Well, if he's producing, that'd be cool.
Exactly, it would be full circle, you know.
I think he's got his hands full with Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, but how
to
long
be
do you
hosting that too.
Yeah, but how long do you think he's going to be doing that?
You know what, man? I'm scared that he's gonna be like retiring and he's not telling anybody. Because like he is like the funniest part of Saturday Night Live right now.
I agree.
And if he leaves that show, it's like who's gonna take his place?
Well, they'll find somebody else. They have to.
But he's like he's been on that show now for over 10 years.
He's the longest running
Yeah.
cast member.
But he's
Really?
like one of the he's one of the funniest guys on that show, and like.
So that's why they don't want to get
Yeah.
rid of him, bro. He's so good.
Yeah.
He's
But
so good.
I don't know about Are You Afraid of the Dark? I know that they confirmed Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Oh yeah, I'm excited
Oh wait, is
about
that am I confusing it?
I
They're
don't know.
both-
They might both be.
Is that
I know Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I think it had a Super Bowl commercial.
No.
Yeah.
Was that a Nickelodeon show?
No,
No.
that
Okay,
was.
so
That
I
was
know for sure that Nickelodeon's rebooting too, and one of them is
I think Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was a book series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was known for its
I might be getting that confused. I'm not sure, but if regardless,
Grotesque
they're
art.
rebooting all that. That's for sure, and that's pretty fucking cool.
Well, I think
That's like the kid version of SNL, bro. That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah. I think Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was like just before R.L. Stein.
yeah, that sounds accurate.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
because then when R.L. Stein came out, it was like all about Goosebumps and
Yeah.
Goosebumps,
Oh,
and
I
everybody
love
else tried
Goosebumps.
imitating that.
Yeah.
Shit was
Yeah.
whack. What is that? Irving, Indiana? Was that shit?
I don't even know.
Trash. Yeah.
There you go.
That shit exactly was trash.
No, I was an exclusive Goosebumps reader.
To this day, right?
Yeah, that's all I read.
Oh shit.
But on that Netflix news, so we kind of were expecting it, but they dropped the bomb this week,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah.
Punisher has been canceled.
Well, surprise,
Yeah.
surprise.
And Jessica Jones will be finishing after season 3.
What a surprise.
Well, Thanos snapped his finger, so what did you expect?
Oh, it's true. Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
That would have been a mind fuck to end the just
Oh,
end
my
it by
God.
having them disappear.
Why didn't
There
they
you
just
go.
work together and do it like that? I mean, obviously, freaking Marvel knew that they were going to pull
Well, I
that
think that's
shit
why
out.
Agents of Shield hasn't come back yet. And
'Cause
like
the
I know they've been filming, and I know that they're the next.
No,
season's
I know
supposed to
that they're
start.
waiting for the next movie.
Yeah.
That's why. At least
Well,
that's what they've been
well,
saying.
I
that
mean,
they're trying to write stories for the next
Yeah,
movie.
because I know like technically the storylines they haven't really been intertwining,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that they do exist in the same universe,
Yeah,
and what happens
exactly.
in the movies affects the show.
Exactly.
So I'm assuming they're at this point they're waiting for Avengers to come out, and then they can come back post snap and explain whatever.
I'm pretty
it
sure
is.
that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that these movies, because Hulu has stated that they're interested in not rebooting, but bringing those shows from Netflix to Hulu. Pretty sure that's what they're going to do. I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, we'll see. It's one of those things where
Because
it's kind of a gray area because Netflix owns the shows.
yeah, I know.
So like even if they came over to Hulu, they might not technically be able to like write new seasons for it. Not without permission from Netflix.
Yeah, I don't know the logistics
Yeah,
of it. But
it's weird. It's contract stuff. Maybe we can get our buddy Billy to tell us more about it.
Did you hear about the fact that they I don't know if this is true, so don't quote me, but they were saying that the Disney Plus is going to be family friendly, and all the other stuff that isn't family friendly will be on Hulu. Is that like legit?
I don't know. I
You haven't
heard
heard of that?
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
Either.
I heard that. So like, because people were speculating that it was going to Disney Plus.
But the thing is, that would cut their library in like half.
No, are you kidding me? The only thing that's not family friendly has been the Netflix show.
Well, first of all, you forget that Disney has also owned Touchstone. And Miramax and things like that.
How many times do you see Touchstone on the Disney Channel?
No, you don't.
You
because
don't.
because it's not. But again, supposedly the Disney Plus app was supposed to be like, our own streaming service, and you need stuff to have on that streaming service.
Yeah, well, they have libraries of shit, man.
Right, but if you want to, you're gonna ask people like, okay, well, if you want the children's content and the family-friendly content, you're gonna pay for Disney Plus, and if you want the like more adult and stuff, then you have to pay for Hulu. Now you're asking people to pay for 2 streaming services and not one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unless
they make them like $5 a month.
I am telling you, I'm not aboard with any of this shit. I don't like any of that bullshit. But
I don't mind it at all.
I know.
I'd rather pay $5 a month for Disney Plus than like $100 a month.
Yeah,
for
but
cable.
if you think about it, there's so much more Disney family-friendly content than there is Touchstone or anything else.
They're about equal.
No, they are absolutely not.
If you take the full library of all the other studios that Disney owns, plus add to that the Fox library that they're acquiring,
That shit for sure is not going to Disney Channel. For sure. I'm gonna bet you money. I can bet you right now that's
again,
not going to Disney Plus.
It all depends on what they decide to do with the Disney. They haven't released details. We don't know what's coming out on
I know,
Disney
that's
Plus.
what I'm
So
asking
it's one of those.
But
things
I guarantee you, these
now
aliens won't be right next to Sleeping Beauty. It's just not going to happen.
but I can.
It's
but
just
I
not
can,
going to happen.
No, but I can guarantee you also that like when they put movies in the vault, they might not be available on the Disney streaming service either.
Okay, here's a hot take. Bullshit. You know for a fact they're bringing all that shit out. They don't fucking care anymore. Because that used to be a DVD seller, and now people just fucking stream everything.
But why would they would probably do it just so that they can get more subscriptions? Like, oh, hey, this month Sleeping Beauty is coming out. And people will be like, "Oh man, I didn't have the service, but I'm going to subscribe for it."
But I feel like there would just be too many movies not
exactly.
In the
they're going to limit
service
their streaming service.
If they're going to do
That's
that,
so stupid.
I mean, then people wouldn't buy it.
Exactly.
Well, again,
I wouldn't buy it.
If I'm going to buy a streaming service that's exclusively Disney movies, I'm going to expect every Disney
single
movie to
thing,
be there.
Yeah.
If they're like, "Oh, we're going to hold back Aladdin because it's
fuck you,"
but that's the thing. That's fully within their power.
All right,
they can
well,
do that
It
if they
is.
want.
It is. But do you actually think they'll do it?
I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
That vault nonsense was all about selling VHSs back in the day, DVDs. That's what it was designed for.
Right.
It's so that you could buy them because they're limited. Oh my God, it's going to run out.
I think that goes even back before home video. I think that just goes into re-releasing things in the theaters.
Yeah. But that was the whole thing, so to get you hyped to see it. But now that everything's digital,
create a sense of urgency to go buy it, and then
And now it's like, more like there's none of that anymore. No one buys DVDs anymore. No one goes to the theater. Almost,
I do.
You do, I know. But
I like my little trophies that I get to put on my shelves.
I get it. But that's the whole thing. Like that would be stupid. For me, I think that would be a dumb move. What Disney movie? What Disney movie do you need to see?
Are any of you Hulu subscribers?
I was recently. Yeah.
Do they still give you ads on the pay service?
No, there's 2 versions. There's the cheaper one with ads, and then there's the more expensive one without ads.
But the one with ads is still a pay service?
Yeah.
You see, that's why I've never gotten it.
Disney has already been through this with their parks. When Michael Eisner came on board as president back in the, I think it was the early 90s, he wanted to make the parks more accessible to teenagers and older audience. And he put rides in there that were more mature, like the Alien Encounter. But it bombed because everybody, it was a great ride, but it didn't get enough attendance where it made sense to keep it because people went there for family entertainment.
Yep.
And Universal on the other side of Orlando was tackling that teenager, older audience head on, and they were killing it. So Disney just eventually made a decision, we're just going to stick to our family-friendly atmosphere because that's what people come here for, and we're good at that.
Yeah.
So I think that they've already figured that out. That's their brand, and I think they're going to stick with that with the streaming service.
I can also see them eventually basically telling CBS, hey, do you want to buy us out of Hulu?
If they create...
Nah, no way they'll do that. They created a separate company just so they could make that more racy content. That's why Touchstone exists. Because they don't want to mix that shit.
Exactly. I was just going to say that.
It doesn't exist anymore?
Touchstone doesn't exist anymore.
Then what is it under? It's all under...
I forget what the name of their other company
is
now.
They created a separate company. Whatever the name is. They created a separate company just so they could keep Disney family-friendly. That's the whole point.
Exactly.
Actually, according to one of my finance professors, they also own a porn company.
Probably.
Like
No,
a
they
porn
own,
distribution
they, own
company.
company.
they own all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But that's the point. If it's going to have the Disney logo on it, it's going to be family friendly
Exactly.
no matter what.
Exactly.
If they want to do more mature content, they're going to go under some other brand name where you don't know they own it unless you look it up. You know?
I would hope not, because I'd rather just have one streaming service.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
but
For me, that's straight out of convenience.
But this is all speculation. We don't know what's actually going to happen.
Then again, I mean, I heard rumors of it being like $5 a month, which if that's the case,
Yeah.
and
that's
my major issue with Hulu though is the fact that like you pay them a subscription fee and they still show you commercials.
Who cares?
You know, that's
You get to see shows while they're coming out. That's not bad at all, dude.
that's what I have my DVR for.
Right, but
that's
how,
expensive.
Exactly.
That's $20. Well, I don't know. With Xfinity, it's $20 extra a month. That's $120 a year.
Yeah,
more.
but how much is the premium Hulu subscription?
I think it's like $13.
Yeah.
But if you don't get cable or anything, then you know. But if you
whatever.
have cable, you know, like
Well, you're gonna have cable regardless, because
Yeah.
that's how you get your internet, is either cable
Yeah.
or the phone company. And
no, I mean, at home I have the. We didn't get the DVR. But the shows record on demand, and then the commercials are like one or two every now and then. But it's nothing crazy. Like we just sit through the commercials. It's not a big deal.
I don't know. All I know is that I'm sad that these Netflix shows Disney Marvel
Look,
Netflix
man,
shows are
I
leaving.
mean,
I don't like the fact that they might be going to a Disney. If it goes to Hulu, I'm all cool because
Well,
I fucking like
I know-
Hulu. Yeah, it's Always Sunny, baby. That's a good time. But
well, the major reason for the cancellation on the Netflix show is the fact that like they've been trying to get more characters, but Disney doesn't want to give them up
Of
because
course.
of the fact that they might want to make shows on
yeah,
their
fuck
own.
them.
So.
Fuck them.
Well, no, it's a business decision.
Yeah, but you know my stand on that shit. I think that most of these movies should be shows with us. You know, there's a handful of them that should be movies. Whatever. Speaking of that, anyway, did you guys see Umbrella Academy?
No.
I
None of
watched
it.
most of the first episode.
Jesus, Gus, nothing. All right, well, I wanted to talk about it, but I guess I'm not. Just
Too bad.
I guess a small little.
I'll add it to my
list.
queue and I'll see what
I thought it was great. You know how much I love those Marvel Netflix shows. I think this is probably better than most of them. It's definitely better than Iron Fist and Luke Cage, but I thought it was great.
He's coming after Luke Cage.
I didn't like Luke Cage. Luke Cage was good on the first one, but the rest of them was all right.
Mm.
It was all right at best. But Daredevil and just I love Jessica Jones, but I think this one, dude, you guys have to watch.
I thought
this.
Jessica Jones was the hardest one to get through.
Really?
To the point where
Really?
I still haven't even seen
Dude, but that
season
bad
2.
guy, the Purple Man, is
I like that
seriously
one.
fucked up.
Yeah,
man.
but he doesn't show up till like halfway through the
It doesn't
season.
matter, bro. The anticipation for it was so good. Anyway, but if you guys need to watch this shit at urgency, man, it's so good, dude. And so the show is like it's based off. It's not like exactly like the comic books. It's fairly similar, but not exact. Anyway, it takes place within the first volume and the second volume. It's kind of like mixed stuff in between. Like the Hitmen are from the second one, and majority of the storyline is from the first. Regardless, the whole plot for it just like we were talking about Ninja Turtles. You have the freaking leader, you have the rebel, you have the smart guy, and then you have the cool dude junkie, I guess, whatever. And then there's the girl. And there's the two girls.
There's a Venus de Milo.
Oh boy, oh boy. But anyway, so I mean, without I can't really say much without spoiling it. But I actually really
I'm
loved
glad
it.
you guys got that reference.
Of course we
Oh,
did.
yeah.
But
Oh my
it's
God.
it's really good. I recommend it to everybody. I liked it a lot. It's like a detective kind of like not noir, but like a detective suspense story, and they just do things right. Like you actually care about a monkey. It's so good. I don't know. Just,
Hey, I always care about the animals on shows.
Yeah,
man.
me
but like,
too.
but
More
that
than
one
the
like,
people.
And in fact, I usually care about the animals on shows more than the humans on the shows.
I guess
Yeah.
I'm just an asshole. But whatever. It's fucking. It's really
Freddy
good.
can kill as many teenagers as he wants, but if he
Yeah.
kills the dog, and
But anyway, yeah, just watch it. It's really good.
Yeah.
I can't spoil anything because it just came out and nobody's seen it yet. So fuck it.
oh man. So yeah, I'll be adding that to my queue and checking that out, man. But it wasn't on my radar.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it wasn't on my radar just because, like, it didn't seem like it was something up my alley. Like, it seemed almost like Like you look at the characters and they almost look like
it looks so stupid,
emo
right?
teen.
It's like stupid.
Like what? Yeah,
It's like ridiculous.
it looks. It's just
God.
weird.
It's really weird.
It's weird. It's
just
very
really
very
strange.
weird.
Fuck you guys. All right, it's great. Eat
They're
a
wearing
dick.
masks.
How about that?
It's just strange.
But anyways, I don't know if you saw the. So
A
apparently,
weird monkey?
information
What is
started coming out about the new Ghostbusters movie.
Oh yes, I didn't really dig into that, but I saw.
So apparently, they're looking for 4 teenagers, like 12, 13 years
With
Okay,
old.
attitude?
I didn't know
Four
about that.
teenagers with attitude.
Oh man, no, 4 teenagers that were mutated by by mutagen. But yeah, man, they're looking for 2 boys and 2 girls, and they're teenagers, and it's got my brain spinning, man, because I'm wondering like, are they going to be related to like the original Ghostbusters?
4 teenagers? God, man, why?
Well, I mean, they're probably being influenced by like Stranger Things and
Whatever.
it.
We'll see. Yeah, I guess that's what they're. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Besides, wouldn't it be cool if like it's like
Instead of a proton pack, they'll have their Zap app to get the ghosts.
What is that
Hold
new?
on, guys.
Well, I'm thinking because like you see that trailer, right? And it's like the Ecto one's in a barn, like
Yeah.
underneath a tarp, and like somebody's working on a proton pack. It sounds like. So what if it's
okay.
like one of their grandpas was one of the? Because it's got to be a grandpa by now,
Yeah.
because
I don't know.
like grandpa was a Ghostbuster, and
Or
like
they
they
could
find the stuff.
They could pull a Last Jedi and be like, "You're not related to anybody.
Ugh.
None of the Ghostbusters.
It's the-
you are.
It's just the
completely-"
neighbor that lives down the street. Hey,
It's like Spaceballs.
Hey, I
you know,
like the fact-
cousins, uncles.
you know what though? But
roommates.
I will fight you on that one because I like the fact that she's not related. to
Okay,
anybody.
that's a whole other
Yeah,
discussion
that's
for a
we'll
whole other
save
day.
that.
We'll save that for closer. to
that made me
episode
so
9.
happy that she wasn't like the granddaughter of like Obi-Wan
Oh my
Kenobi.
god,
or
I can't
something.
wait for when we actually talk about this because
Just remember that Star Wars is a family story from the beginning. A family drama.
Well, you still got members of the family. in there.
get out of here, bro.
What? Why do you think Kylo's in there? He's part of that family.
Whatever.
His nipples might be.
Oh shit.
How are you doing this?
I'm doing this.
I've never seen that power before.
That's a whole other discussion.
But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm kind of out of news topics to talk about for this week.
If Mel Brooks did a Spaceballs 2, I could see a Kylo Ren character that has the big bulking chest, and every time they show him his pants right up a little bit higher each time, just slowly
Yeah. Well,
progress throughout
yes,
the movie.
please.
Well, you're assuming Spaceballs 2 because I was always told Spaceballs 3, The Search for Part 2.
Really? I thought it was
Oh,
Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
Well, that was what was in the movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Why wouldn't they use it?
But the rumor was always like when I was growing up,
Oh,
the rumor
really?
was always like Spaceballs 3, The
That
Search for
sounds
Part
like
2.
something someone made up and it just took off.
I would be in. I'd be in.
Either way,
Oh,
I'd be
man.
in.
Yeah, I would love another Spaceballs. Now with all this shitty Star
Oh,
Wars,
man.
it would be great.
There's so the thing is there's so well. Remember, Spaceballs doesn't just pick at Star Wars. It also picked a little bit at Star
yeah.
Trek, and it picked a little
Yep.
bit at Aliens.
Yeah,
and-
yeah, sci-fi movies.
yeah.
with
Just sci-fi
heavy
movies
on
in
Star
general.
Wars.
Well, that's how
sci-fi
Mel
movies.
Brooks does his shit.
Yeah.
Whatever he picks like a theme and he just makes a movie.
The
based
thing
on
is, man, Mel
parodies
Brooks
of
like
all that.
90 now, so I don't know if he's got.
But
another
he
movie
still
in him.
got it, baby. It's Mel Brooks.
Yeah. It's it's funny because I saw a documentary about like him and like his buddy Carl Reiner, and like they're like these 2 old guys. They still come over to each other's house and like watch TV at night. It's like they
Still
look like
got
an
it,
old
bro.
couple.
He can make another movie. It's
But
gonna
man,
be
I
dope.
don't know. I would love to see another Spaceballs, but I think at this point it probably wouldn't be Mel Brooks behind it. He
Yeah.
might produce it.
I
but
hope he is because
Mm.
it's not the same without him.
You know what? Give it to his son. His son's a good writer.
Yeah.
Max Brooks.
Yeah, he's a really good novel writer. I
Yeah.
don't know about film writer.
Well, I mean,
It's not the same.
he had
Very
nothing to
different.
do with the adaptation. So
I know.
so
I know. No, I'm not implying that.
but if you ever listen to the World War Z like audiobook,
yeah,
like that thing is dope.
yeah, it's really good. But that's once again, that's a whole.
Yeah, but
different
for those
format.
of you that haven't had a chance, man, check out. Don't worry about World War Z the movie. That thing was crap.
No, it was trash. Hit it with it.
Trash.
Absolutely.
But if
trash.
you get your hands on the World War Z the audiobook, like
That was actually
with
really good.
it has an all-star
It's
cast.
really good.
Wait, what was trash? I spaced
World
out.
War Z the movie.
World War Z the movie.
Oh.
It was.
My wife said that movie was good.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah.
Pedro and my wife have this love-hate relationship where whatever she hates, Pedro loves, and whatever Pedro loves, she hates.
Yeah.
So she has the same relationship with him as most of us.
Yeah, exactly. That's what.
That's the dynamic, bro. I'm the yin to your yang, bitches.
There you go.
Eat a dick. But
Anyways,
I was actually wondering, man, because you know, I just talk a lot of hate on here, and we never talk about shit that I love. Let's talk about shit we love here, bro.
okay.
Okay, so let's
Oh yeah.
what do you think? Some
Like
comic book
that,
movies?
something
Favorite
like
comic
that.
book movies?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
What do you think? You like that idea?
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, then Louis, how about you start? I want to hear.
Favorite comic book movies.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like
So
say one and let's like talk about it.
Okay. So a comic book movie that I really like that people don't realize is a comic book movie, Men in Black.
That's a comic book movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you didn't know that was a comic book?
No.
You didn't know that, Pedro?
No, I guess I didn't, bro.
Wow,
Guess
you're
I'm
such
not
an
that
idiot.
fucking nerdy. Well, I would agree. That movie's fucking awesome. I love the Men in
Yeah.
Black movies.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
I love all of them. As cheesy as they are. Actually, my favorite one was the last one they did where the old dude is young. What's his name?
Yeah. where
The old
where he goes
dude
back
is-
in time.
Yeah. I love that one. man.
The only thing throughout the entire movie is that the bad guy in that movie, the entire time I'm watching the movie, is like, did they purposefully design this guy to look like Macho Man Randy Savage? Like with that bandana and
Yeah,
the sunglasses
yeah.
and the beard, it's like it's like Macho Man could have been in this movie, except the guy has a New Zealand accent.
Yeah. No, but those movies are great, man. I love those
Oh, yeah.
movies.
But yeah, I like the ride at Universal.
Oh, I was
no,
just-
dude,
no,
the
the
I
ride,
was
in
about
Black?
to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
that ride actually added to my love for it because when I was growing out of it, and then the ride came out, and I rode the ride, and I got right back in.
Here's a
Like,
pro
yo,
tip, guys. If you've never been on the ride,
Here it comes.
there's the part of the ride where you see that there's two ride vehicles that go alongside parallel tracks, and then there's that one part where the ride vehicles face each other, and there's like a scan, and then you see everybody on the other car is an alien, and they see you as an alien too, obviously. So then you're shooting at each other, and there's like a shoot point right above your car, right? You get a lot of points for hitting that shoot point or whatever you would call the target. I don't shoot that car. I turn around and I shoot my own car, get the points, make the car spin like crazy, which is fun. And that's my pro tip. Shoot your own car. You get the points and your car will start spinning and it's fun.
That seems counterintuitive that you get the points for shooting your own car.
Yeah, but it registers as the same thing.
And then you win. That's the point of
Yeah.
the game, to
You-
win,
You
Evan.
want Will Smith at the end to come
you know
out
what, bro? Like
and give you mad
Wait,
props.
hold up. Didn't you tell me about that one thing that if you like talk to the people at the line?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. This is true. I did this. If you go while you're in the line, or when you get out of the line, you can do this when you get out of the line too, and you go to any of the Men in Black, the cast member. Well, not cast. It's Universal. That's Disney. One of the employees or whatever, and you say that you want the what's it called?
The VIP.
Hit the
or
pause
something
music.
Like that?
Yeah, hit the pause music. Fuck. No, it's the immigration tour. Tell them you want the immigration tour, and they'll take you down when you're going on the line. You know, when you look down and you see the aliens at the control panel and all that, they'll take you down there. And I have photos sitting in those like orb chairs and with the aliens. And
That's
and
like
you,
real. Like
yeah,
you're
that's
allowed
real.
to?
I have photos on my
I know. I saw
Facebook.
your pictures, but I thought like they were just open to the public. You have to ask.
No,
for that?
you have to ask. You have to
Oh,
say
that's
you want
cool.
the immigration tour.
That's a fucking.
I didn't know
little-
about that.
Yeah,
Dude,
next
that-
time you go, they
That's
do
weird
it.
because you read a lot of those things like online, and then it's like half of them turn out
Yeah.
to like not be true.
Well,
No, but this one's
living
true.
proof.
I
he's
did
done
it.
Like I also feel like that's probably dependent upon who's working there that day and whether or not they
No.
want.
I don't know. And everybody I've told that they've done it worked for them. I've never heard a situation where they said, "No, sorry, we're not gonna do it."
All right. I got a funny story.
All right, Gus. set the
Producer
mic.
Fungus here. This one time I went to Disney with y'all. I went to Epcot for food and wine, and our boy Mark told us to go when we were in Norway. He said, "Oh, go up to where you buy the beer and tell them what does the fox say." I didn't know what the song was. So I don't know what the fuck he was talking about. So I was like, "All right, cool." I went up to the people and I was like, "Hey, man, let me have what does the fox say?" And the guy basically told me to go fuck myself. He was so pissed off that I asked him that.
He just looked at you and was like, "Have a magical day, sir."
No, he was like, "Not cool, man."
so basically, Gus was told to have a magical day.
The Disney way of saying
The Disney
fuck
way,
yourself.
yeah.
Go eat a dick.
Yeah, which for those of you that don't know, when you go to Disney and if a cast member, like if you make a request or something, and a cast member tells you, "Have a magical day," that's the Disney way of saying "fuck you," which is great. It's just wonderful. Let's see. So we were talking about superhero movies.
Superhero movies you like?
Yeah.
Like.
You said comic book movies.
Comic book movies, yeah.
Right,
Not
okay,
necessarily superhero. Well, for me,
Well, I mean, how many superhero movies are there that aren't comic book based? It was probably like a handful.
Well, there's
there's
one. One of
four
mine
good-
is a superhero movie. It's not a comic book. It's called Super.
Yeah, and
Remember
mine.
Super?
Another one that I like
that's
is
the one with Rainn Wilson.
No, Super is the. Wait, is it?
Yeah.
Well,
It's like he
Dwight.
just yeah. Rainn Wilson.
With
Yeah.
our favorite
With Juno.
Ellen Page.
Yeah.
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 That movie's really good. I fucking love that movie. I don't know if you've seen
And
it.
my favorite is Zebra Man. It's a Japanese movie. I don't
I
know.
have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's so good.
Louis hitting us
we'll-
with
we'll
those
talk
deep
about it another
cuts.
time.
But Super, you've seen it, right?
Yeah, I see.
So like, it's about some fucking mediocre dude who just wants to be a superhero, decides he's going to take up superheroism, and all the fucking real life situation that would come to him had he actually done that, and it starts happening. Like, you could die. You could get your brains bashed in and shit. It's fucking so real, and it's like really raw. Who directed that? It was the guy who did.
I don't know, but I think it was before Kick-Ass, right?
Yeah,
No, was it? I don't remember.
I think so. Yeah.
Can you check who directed it? I don't want to say it's James Gunn, but I think it was James Gunn.
Let me Google that for you.
Google it for me, please. But the movie was so sick, man. And then, spoiler alert, at the fucking well, I'm not gonna spoil it. Maybe some people haven't seen it, but it's fucking sick as hell. I don't know what else to say.
I think that
about it.
movie's like 15 years old. I don't know.
So
Well-
is that your comic book movie choice?
I guess so. Well, I mean, it's not like my
It's
favorite,
not a
but
comic
it's
book.
Well, I thought you said
it's
it
not
wasn't based on a
book.
comic book.
It's not based on a comic book. It's a superhero movie, but it's not based on a comic book. But it's like, I don't know, it was well written. The ending is very impactful.
A movie's from 2010.
That's it. 9 years ago. That's a spry young chicken. But
And it was directed by James Gunn.
James Gunn, see?
Yeah, there you
it's
go.
fucking good, man.
You had
You
that
should
right on
watch it.
point. Good.
Yeah,
Good
that was
job.
a good movie.
How about you, Evan?
Yeah.
Oh
Eben,
man, that's a.
Eben
Not
Almighty.
necessarily your favorite, just like one that's on, you just thought about. Oh, I just thought of another one. The Crow. You guys ever seen that
Oh, I
shit?
love
Dude,
The Crow.
That was a comic.
that was
And
a
you know what?
comic,
I didn't
man.
know that.
The Crow is a comic book based movie that's better than the comic book it's
Yes,
based on.
it is. It is. That's Sin City is another. Well, Sin City was very accurate, but Sin City is another one that was really good. Super like artistic. The artistic like choices that they made, the aesthetic of it. All
Well, The
green
Crow, I
screen.
just like the story, man. It's
Dude,
just-
Crow is on another level, bro. That shit was so sick. And then, like, with what's his name, Brandon Lee? It was his son.
Yeah.
Bro, Brandon Lee was killing it as that character, playing. I forget the name of the character. I just remember him as the Crow. It was just like super '90s. It was cheesy '90s stuff, but it was like really.
Eric Draven.
Jesus, how do you remember that? I think they only mentioned that like twice in the movie.
It's
Whatever.
it's one of
But
those
yeah,
things.
that movie's fucking sick.
But let me see. Comic book movie
At least
that's
you know these things.
it is. You know what, man? Blade 1.
Blade is fucking sick. Yes, give him daps for that, bro. That's sick. Hell yeah, Blade is sick. 1, 2, and 3. Even 3.
I love 3.
Yeah,
With
three's
Ryan
kinda-
Reynolds talking all the crap.
Yeah,
And,
3 is kind of silly,
you
but
know.
still, it's fucking. I love
even
those
Triple H and his vampire Pomeranian.
movies. Yeah. Oh man,
The
dude.
dog's a vampire.
Dude, but Louis, you got any? Any
Oh,
other
you got
ones?
more?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know I was gonna have to say more.
I could go on for days, bro. I fucking.
You know, a movie doesn't get a lot of praise, and to me, it's still probably the greatest superhero movie of all time.
Spider-Man 2, because it's the
Yeah,
greatest one of all
Spider-Man
time.
2.
It's the
Best-
best fucking
Nah, man.
Superhero movie
ever.
ever.
Superman the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a product of its time. It's great,
Yeah.
but it's like super aged.
Right.
I think.
I still
I love it
to
too.
this
I
day,
love
bro.
it. I'm not.
First of all, it's a classic interpretation of the
It
character.
is. It is.
And second of all, there's a pimp, and he looks at Superman. He's like, "Say, Jim, that's a bad outfit." And to me, that's like, okay, that just gets extra points for that.
Yeah, that movie was magical, bro.
Mr. Luthor.
Even when I
Mr.
was
Lu-
growing up,
Mr. Luthor.
that one and
Otisburg?
and Batman 89.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one
and
was
Returns.
And Returns.
The Tim
Fuck
Burton.
you.
I say it to this very day. I prefer Batman Forever over
Get
Batman
out of
Returns.
here, bro. How?
though? I don't
I
understand.
am a
that.
fan of Batman
Bad movies.
66.
Oh, okay. He likes the Adam West.
I like Batman 66. I actually kind of grew up on it, like because I
Okay.
used to watch reruns.
So you like it because of nostalgia.
Yeah.
right? And Batman Forever. If you
Uh-huh.
if you binge watch like 4 or 5 episodes of Batman 66, and then you watch Batman Forever, all of a sudden your brain goes, oh.
Yeah, but it's
Because
it's not the good. Oh, it's like the oh.
But see, they were going backwards at that because people were tired of the goofy Batman,
Yeah,
and then
man.
I thought Batman
and then Tim
Returns was
Burton,
too
like,
was too
flipped it
dark.
and be like, let's.
Batman Returns was
No,
dark, but it was like
dark, but
it was like
it was
funny.
fun.
And I don't mean dark in terms of like tone.
Yeah.
I mean dark
Oh,
in
like
terms
Bruce,
of like
I know
what
the
you mean, yeah.
cinematography
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
just
Well,
like
but we're
like
talking about
black on
Batman.
black on
Batman
black.
doesn't do anything during the day. It's his thing. He only does shit at night.
well, that's his thing after like 1982. Like before
Well,
then,
yeah.
he was out at whatever
Mm.
time. You know, just one of those things.
Yeah, but that's
But-
like the cheese. I don't know. I don't know how you could possibly think Forever was better than Returns,
Yeah.
man.
Because once you realize that, okay, the
Catwoman.
movie looks.
Dude, tell me a more iconic Catwoman than that bitch. Pfeiffer, what's his name?
No, they haven't
Michelle
done
Pfeiffer.
in the movies. They
Michelle
haven't
Pfeiffer,
done
right? Yeah.
Although
Halle
I,
Berry.
although I'm
No,
not
get the fuck out of here with that nonsense. She's hot as hell.
although I think the suit's overrated in that.
no, that suit was fucking
Oh,
dope.
that suit was so cool.
What are you talking about?
I remember I got the action figure.
I like
Bro,
the
you know who else
fucking
was good in that
sweet.
movie? It was that Penguin guy. He was pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Who was he again?
It was that guy.
the guy from Twins.
No, he was
No,
good
he
too.
was
but
good.
but the guy who was better was that guy from Hercules. What was his name? The little goat guy.
No man, he was good, but he wasn't as good as the guy who did the voice for the Lorax.
Oh yeah, he was good too. But no, he wasn't as good as Matilda's dad.
Oh yeah, Matilda's dad.
You mean the guy from Jack the Bear?
No, bro, I'm talking
No.
about Frank. What's his name? Frank. From Always
Oh,
Sunny.
I thought you meant the ringmaster in the new Dumbo movie.
Wait, you mean the ringmaster from Big Fish?
Yes, we're
I
talking
get
about
those two
this.
confused. I
Oh,
get
yeah,
those
yeah.
two mixed up.
So yeah, I actually forgot his name now after all of that shit. What's his name?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito. Fuck yeah, Danny DeVito was sick as the fucking penguin.
Which, by the way, so you guys, they're doing another Jumanji movie, right?
yeah,
So there was a picture of a table reading, and it's The Rock, Kevin Hart, and Danny DeVito, because Danny DeVito's going to be in the movie. And somebody commented on the picture, it looks like Danny DeVito and Kevin Hart could both fit inside The Rock.
but I don't know, man. I don't know how you cannot like that movie, man. Returns was so great. I loved it.
At no point have I said I didn't like it.
No,
Oh, no. Yeah,
all I've
I know.
said is
Okay,
I
yeah,
like
you're right.
Forever.
I'm
don't
putting
get-
words in your
I
mouth.
just-
My bad.
Yeah. I mean, to each his own.
To
But
each his own.
It's
just
like it's
correct.
literally you watch that movie and all the shots in that movie are an homage to the Batman 66 because all Dutch angles.
Yeah.
Then it's written in a much more lighthearted way. They give Batman some jokes in the movie.
Here's a fun fact.
And then the thing is, the Riddler, the Jim Carrey,
Uh-huh.
is basically doing an impression of Frank Gorshin from the Batman 66 series.
Yeah, I know. Fun fact. Did you know that? What's his name? Two-Face.
Tommy Lee Jones?
Tommy Lee Jones actually hated Jim Carrey because of how fucking retarded he was.
Oh,
or
really?
silly he was on the set.
on the
He
set.
hated him. Like,
Well, Tommy Lee Jones looks like the kind of guy that doesn't really like a lot of people.
He's an asshole. he looks like me when I get older. I guess. Just hate everything.
I gotta work with Will Smith.
Crap. But yeah,
You want me to do this line? How?
whatever. But no, okay, so yeah, I liked Returns a lot. I fucking love those movies, and I haven't really liked. I mean, I do like Forever, but I like it in a way like I
It's
like
a guilty pleasure. For
Yeah,
me.
it's like one of those things you
Oh,
watch just like
A guilty pleasure for me is Batman and Robin.
Ugh.
And it's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
all about
Nipples.
it's all about Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing good about that movie, honestly.
Batman
all
and
the-
Bird
all the-
Boy.
Cold out.
Chill
What
out.
killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
Ice Age. Here's a good one. Chill. Stupid ass
Ice
movie.
to see you.
Yeah, see, those are fucking fun.
Well,
but whatever.
my favorite line in that movie is when Bane brings him his like freeze suit to his thing. It's like, finally, a laundry service that delivers.
That movie's so dumb. I love it. Yo, in that same movie, remember the fucking bat card?
The bat credit
The
card?
bat
Yeah.
credit card, never leave home without. Get
it.
out of
That's
here,
like,
bro.
that's another thing that's like right out of the old TV series.
Absolutely
Like
it
that
is.
would have fit right in
Yeah.
there.
for sure,
The back
dude.
credit card for sure.
Dude. Actually, let me ask you then, since
Bat
we're on
shark
Batman,
repellent.
what's your favorite Batman movie?
Ooh.
That I'm talking all of them, even the animated, any Batman movie. What's your favorite Batman movie? Mine's 89.
I think it depends on the mood I'm in.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine is 89, hands down. I fucking love that movie. Like every scene of that movie, I think is beautiful.
If I'm gonna say which is like the best one, I would probably say Dark Knight Rises.
Dark Knight
No,
Rises.
Yeah, Dark Knight. That's the one with Joker, right?
No, that's
Yo,
Returns.
you guys
Dark Knight
obviously
Returns.
haven't seen Lego Batman. 'Cause that
Lego
movie
Batman's
was
dope. I do like Lego
dope.
Batman.
Yeah.
That's your favorite Batman movie?
No, actually, I think it's 89. Normally, I would say Returns, but lately, the past few times I've watched Returns in 89, the original, I'm enjoying the
89
Batman.
is so
Yeah,
good.
89
in
better.
Batman is
So
just.
I think right now, 89 is.
Yeah,
the one.
you know what? It's not Dark Knight Rises, it's just Dark Knight.
Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah.
The Dark. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
No, I
Dark
think
Knight
it's-
Rises is the third one.
Yeah,
which-
yeah.
of the
No,
Nolan
that
series.
one's great. Those who directed those movies? Forget the name.
Christopher Nolan.
Nolan, yes. Those Nolan Batman movies are great because he made his own thing, and I fucking love that he did his own thing. Now, as much as people like, compare
My
the
own
Jokers
thing.
with,
And I think Heath Ledger's a better Joker than Jack Nicholson.
I do not absolutely
because I think
not.
Heath Ledger actually is the Joker,
Heath Ledger.
and Jack Nicholson's just Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, but I don't think so because I didn't see anything Joker-esque from Heath Ledger. Not saying that he did a bad job. I loved his
No, but
character.
what
As
I'm
a matter of fact, I owned that DVD just so I could see him do
Yeah.
his lines because it was so
well,
good.
Yeah.
What I mean is like, you don't. He's not Heath Ledger in that movie. Like he's not him. He's not. Jack Nicholson, I don't think was actually like becoming a character. I think it was just like, I'm gonna say these things the way that I want to say these things. You're just gonna slap some makeup on me and
Okay,
call me the
I
Joker.
agree with you there.
Yeah.
But that doesn't take away from the fact that he did a perfect joke. Not a perfect joke, but a really good Joker because I did think he was like a mob boss.
You just like it because he comes into that art
With
show
Prince?
with Prince
With
music.
Prince, I'm a little biased. I'm a little bit biased. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little biased. But no, it was the I don't like his physical attribute. I don't like that he's kind of like stubby. I always imagined Joker being the perfect Joker for me would be 90s fucking Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey in the 90s as a Joker would have killed it, I think. In my opinion. I fucking loved
Yeah, I could see that.
I could see him being over the top though.
Well, obviously he would have to tone it down a little bit. But
Yeah.
I still want him to be over the top.
Because that's the thing. Like if he played Joker the way he played Riddler,
Okay, but Riddler, he was told to, just like you said, they were trying to imitate the 60s. So he was told to fucking act like a fool. But you've seen him in Eternal Sunshine. He has range. He could
Yeah.
play it.
I'm trying to imagine that performance in my head.
I'm just think of his silhouette. Look at his body structure.
Yeah,
It
the-
looks
the
like the
long
Joker.
chin,
You know
the
what's
smile.
sad?
Yeah.
What's sad is that had they not decided to like, let's get crazy and let's give this character tattoos and gold teeth, Jared Leto actually
Could kill it.
yeah.
Could kill it. He's a great actor. He could
Like
kill
if they
it.
would have just been like,
But
we're-
no, they made a bad decision design. It's so stupid. Anyway, but okay. So why did I like Jack Nicholson? Jack Nicholson actually brought the whole mobster aspect of Joker to the table. He actually looked like a mobster with the hat and the way he dressed and the way he was always proper and he was like a business guy and all that fucking shit. He wanted to just cause chaos.
Did you ever dance in the pale moonlight?
And tell me there's not a better tell me a better line from the Joker from anyone, even Mark Hamill.
What was
There
it?
hasn't been.
You ever dance with the
Devil in the
underneath
pale blue light.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good. Fucking so sick. So we have that. He also was actually cynical. Like his way of killing was actually, remember when he shocked the guy to death and he burned?
Yeah, he actually uses
He used the fucking acid to burn people. He was trying to gas everybody inside the thing. He was trying to mind wash people on the TV, making them use hair products. He was actually like, he was a Joker.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, as much as I loved it, he was just a terrorist in
Yeah.
my eyes.
Well, but that fits into the Nolan verse.
I know, no, that's what, I'm not taking anything away from it. I'm
I
just
think Heath
comparing
Ledger-
characters.
But I think if you gotten Heath Ledger and you would have put him maybe if Christopher Nolan was willing to be a little bit more comic booky,
Yeah.
because
But
he
that's not what
didn't
came
wanna
out.
do that,
Yeah.
yeah.
But what came out is what I'm
Yeah.
judging.
He
on.
wanted to do the opposite.
Exactly. He
But
wanted to be the dark gritty king.
right. But what I like about the Heath Ledger performance is like he actually put in a performance.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I am 100% with you there. I just prefer the performance that Jack Nicholson did because for me it was just more of from the comic books when I was reading when I was a kid. This reminded me more of the Joker. As much as Heath Ledger was sick as fuck in that role, I love that movie till
Yeah.
this day because of him. Solely because of him. Because I'm not gonna say everybody, but I fucking hated Christian Bale as Batman. I think he did nothing for the whole franchise. But Joker as Heath Ledger, holy shit, that guy was sick. He was sick with it.
Yeah, I think Heath Ledger did a better performance, and he had the better performance, but Jack Nicholson was more Joker.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
In my opinion.
I enjoy watching Heath Ledger more as the way he performed. It was amazing. But Jack Nicholson has more of that Joker feel.
Yeah.
You watch it, you think of who's the Joker.
Exactly.
Jack
Joker.
Nicholson.
What would
May
Joker
not-
do? Would Joker fucking tie a whole bunch of barrels of gasoline and blow up somebody, or would he gas an entire city and make him go crazy?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's definitely.
It's the other.
But again, just it came down to like what the vision of
no,
the director
absolutely.
was.
But that's not what we're
But
talking
yeah,
about.
but you
We're
know,
talking about
you
which
know
one I
who
prefer.
who never gets mentioned in the conversation, and I love his Joker is Cesar Romero.
The one with the mustache?
Yeah, the
He-
60s
he's
Joker.
See that for me was a guilty. While I was growing up, I was watching that as a kid to go to sleep, and that's what like gave me my love for Batman.
Hey, Batman.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't shave that mustache though. It would have been like
Well,
so
I
much
mean,
nicer.
that was
but
his
whatever.
look.
I know,
No,
but
that's what he
it looks
was.
so bad. But whatever, it's fine.
Well, keep in mind there was no high def back then.
That's true. That's true. Because now you could definitely see.
Yeah,
it
now you watch
easily.
it like on Blu-ray, and it's like, man, you could really see that
Yeah.
mustache. Back then, it was like,
I didn't even realize he had a mustache.
yeah.
Like
He-
with the white makeup.
Uh-huh.
on?
Okay,
It's-
so Cesar Romero
Oh.
was an actor, and he was kind of like a ladies' man
Yeah.
type actor, and that mustache was like his
his look.
because he was like one of the few like Hispanic actors in Hollywood, and that he had that like it's my Cuban mustache,
Yeah,
you know,
okay, yeah.
it's my essence. He was Antonio Banderas before Antonio Banderas,
Gotcha.
and so he didn't want to shave off his mustache because that's his thing. That's like his thing.
Oh, interesting.
So they would just put white makeup over his mustache.
yeah. Yeah, well, I never noticed, so
Yeah.
good job.
But but actually, all those 60s, well, with the exception of like King Tut and Egghead and all that, those kind of. But like the classic Batman villains from the '66 series, like I actually like all of them. I
Oh,
like.
yeah, me too.
I like him, but not like whatever. But I don't know. And then like honorable mentions for Batman animated movies. I think the Phantasm, Mask of
Oh,
the
Mask of the
Phantasm, so good.
Also known as Batman Year One.
Yeah, I never connected that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's basically
yeah.
it's like half that story is Batman Year One, and
Yeah.
then they added the whole Phantasm storyline.
So
But,
okay, so then here, okay, let's move from Batman. Then let's Spider-Man. What's your favorite Spider-Man film?
There's only one answer.
No. I know you and I are on the same boat, but I want to know his opinion. Wait, hold
I
on.
mean-
Gus should be on the conversation. Batman. What's your favorite Batman movie?
I don't have a microphone.
Doesn't matter. You just say it.
89.
89.
Batman's all in on.
Yeah.
What's your favorite
Gus is all in on
Spider-Man?
Batman '89.
So Spider-Man movie, go.
Oh.
Oh, as of December, it's Into the Spider-Verse
Yes.
because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Good stuff.
but if we're sticking to live action, 'cause
No.
No,
It's
no.
Spider-Man. It's all in.
Okay, then yeah, I think Spider-Verse is. I think we're unanimous on that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's like so close for me. It's either
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, for
Or,
me, it's
or-
Spider-Man 2.
I think we're all kind of on the same page.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2.
It's
and
it's in
Spider-Man
between Spider-Man
Right.
2 and
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
Okay, good.
And
yeah.
we mean Spider-Man 2 and not Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, because that
We're
movie
talking
was
about Doc
trash.
Ock here.
Yeah, Doc Ock was.
We're
so
talking
bad.
about
Tobey Maguire,
Tim-
Doc
yeah.
Ock.
How about you, Gus?
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi.
Same with
yes.
Gus is with us here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all
There we go.
we're all
Yeah.
on the same page on that one. But
Yeah.
Gus hasn't seen Spider-Verse.
Oh, it's a masterpiece.
It's a masterpiece. It really is. It's so
The
great.
music, the story, the style, everything comes together. to
My
make
my
such an
only
awesome-
fear is that Spider-Verse did so well that now it's like instead of doing Spider-Verse 2, it's let's do a Spider-Gwen movie and let's do
I hope
a-
they do. I hope they do.
I hope they don't
I
because
don't
I
mind
don't
that.
because my fear would be like they start just pumping out sequels.
Well, they already
And then it just-
teased
they-
Oh,
what
yeah.
they're going to do with the sequel. They already teased it.
Yeah, it's
With the
2099.
2099
Yeah.
Spider-Man going in for a new adventure.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm hoping it's Spider-Verse 2 and not like let's give every character in this their
I
own
don't mind
movie.
it. I
and
don't
then-
mind it as long as they
Yeah.
they touch up on one another.
Well,
I think that'd
if
be
they
better.
pace it and
Yeah.
they take their time
Bro,
and they
look,
write good scripts.
The way they did this one, if they just do the same thing, like obviously they make a sequel, but the same structure they did this one, it's just always going to be a hit because the way they paced it, the way they wrote this was so good and it was so true to everything that we like as comic book fans, and it was so easy to understand for like casuals that it was a perfect film. It was like perfectly made, in my opinion. I thought it was like perfect. It like everything about it, how like you see a new Spider-Man, you already have a little bit of an idea of who Spider-Man is because of Peter Parker, and then you get this new character and you see the kind of the same beats happening to him, but like in a different twist with the Prowler being his uncle, and his uncle dying is what changes his whole mood about everything. All that shit, it just flows so nicely. There is not a single part of that movie where I was just like, oh, let's get on with it, guy. It was paced so well throughout the entire thing, and the focal point was always Miles Morales. And it was never any of the other characters, even though all the other characters had their time to shine. the focal point was always Miles Morales, and I thought that was perfect.
Well, we're starting to run a little long, so I think it's time we wrap it up. Anyways, anything final thoughts? Anything you guys want to add?
Spider-Verse is dope. I don't know.
Louis, thank
Stay-
you. Thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Anytime, buddy. You're always welcome
Oh,
here.
sweet. Can I just sleep over?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't have a guest bed. You'd have to share the bed with me. Is that okay?
Oh, that seals the deal.
Oh, there we go. All right. Anyways, this has been We Ain't Found Sith.
Have a magical day.
Hit us up on the Instagram. Hit us up on the Twitter. We Ain't Found Sith on both of
face.
those. Go ahead, and we are now available on iTunes. We're available on Spotify. We're available on Google Play Music. So go ahead and like and subscribe, and that way you don't have to worry about it. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Subscribe to us on Spotify, and you'll get our brand new episodes automatically into your feed.
Yeah, and actually comment.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, I need.
Hey, maybe you guys can be on the show like the way Louis is this week.
See what happens when you comment? Magical things happen.
Yeah. But Louis, definitely looking forward to having you on again. I know that
Sweet.
we got to have you on again to talk theme parks.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm gonna.
Because
I'm just
there's
gonna.
a lot of stuff happening
so
over
much.
at the House of Mouse right now.
Oh
and,
yeah, House of Mouse.
Yeah. And I know we definitely want to get into some of that.
yeah.
We've got 4 out of 6 here. We've almost got a full cockpit crew for the Millennium Falcon.
Oh
Oh shit, that's true.
You're right.
So we just need 2 more people, man.
Oh man, and I've got some things to say about that attraction, but
Yeah.
we'll save that for
But
later.
we'll say that for later. So later,
so good.
plebes.
We ain't found Sith.
Oh my.